All right, guys, welcome back to DangIT Prodcast, the show where we talk about video games, anime, manga. My name is Justin.
I'm Aniyah.
And welcome back, everybody. Okay, good. All right, so FYI, everybody, anyone who's like tuning in live, if you're seeing the visuals for this, it's probably going to be a little bit blurry because internet problems on my end cause there to be very less bit of info being uploaded to the internet all at the same time. So if it looks fuzzy, don't worry about it. Honestly, as long as we like stand still and only move with our lips, we should be okay.
Don't like clutch cargo.
Aniyah, hold still.
Bro, you asked me not to be myself.
Aniyah, please. Do this for me.
Bro,
be a homie.
Dude, I'm trying to like work on 5 things. This is terrible.
Okay.
Plus my mouth isn't, you see my outro. So maybe, I don't know. That's all I'm getting. That's crazy. You know what clutch cargo is, right?
No, I don't.
It's like a really old show. Probably offensive now. I forgot. But I know that it was like it was like the shows where like it's a picture and only their mouths move. But the way their mouths are moving is that they get like, I don't know, green screen, somebody's realistic mouth.
Oh, yeah. You mean like the whole Angry Orange bit from way back?
Basically, yeah. Actually, yeah, that's a more recent thing. Yeah,
I know a YouTuber who does that, like for like just for funsies, like when he does sponsor reads and everything. So yeah, or that one bit when Markiplier was like doing that over like cats' mouths and be like meow, meow.
But yeah, so it's basically that. But
I gotcha.
There's gonna be a lot to ask for this. That's for sure.
Yeah, don't worry, everybody. I think it should be relatively okay. If things potentially crash, then I am sorry. But don't worry, there's not a lot going on. In fact, it's probably a lot of bad news. So you don't want to even hear it.
Matter of fact, just have us in the background.
For sure. Be productive. Do good.
That's funny, man. Matter of fact, what's going on with what was on the agenda today? It was
Yes. All right. So we got on our list of do's. We have a little tiny pickup here. And it's mainly just me flashing a game here and there. Otherwise, we're going to be talking about some updates regarding the Nintendo Switch 2 as far as like pre-orders, maybe some insight as what people have like found, kind of links to our Tanuki video as well. We'll talk about that in a little bit. I kind of wanted to give a shout out to South of Midnight having its release this past week.
I need a whole new console to play that game. Oh my god.
And then, or rather, I think it's on PC. Yeah, it's on PC, so you should be able to like try it out from there.
I lied. I'm streaming tomorrow.
What's an Xbox, Aniyah? What's an Xbox?
Yeah, something I don't need apparently. But what is that? Oh, you know what? Nah, I'll wait till Wednesday. I'll wait till Wednesday to play that game.
Actually, speaking of Xbox, there's also the game showcase that they actually announced as well. Talk a little bit more about that later. I'll highlight a little bit of the Switch 2 experience that's happening. I think yesterday, really, unless there's like more happening today as well. Another thing on the Xbox platform, and then to kind of wrap things up is something that actually got announced today, which is Marathon's gameplay reveal. Excuse me. And if you guys remember that, that's Bungie's work right there. So they just kind of dropped a little bit of gameplay there. So we'll talk about that.
Marathon, huh?
Yep. Oh, dude, I was banking on Phil showing up here because I had, depending on how many games he had for pickup, I was gonna do a whole bit, and I brought an old game just to just really like nail the joke on the head. But I have this other game instead. It came in through the official Konami store because Limited Run was doing it, and they had their own like alternative cover. It's a Castlevania Dominus collection right here. The only difference with this one is that it's a different copy variant, so that's all there is to it. I'm also gonna just put that down for a time code here. Doing 2 things at once.
Oh, word.
Pretty much advising what Aniyah shouldn't have done. It's only okay if I do it, Aniyah. But yeah, it's a cool cover because it features all the cover arts in a way. So I was like, okay, nice. So I don't have to decide.
I'm with it. Especially if it's limited run.
Mm-hmm. Did you have any pickups, Aniyah?
No, bruh. This has been a week of like, no. I wish I did though. I think matter of fact, I was tripping about games so much. I thought Night Rain was coming out this week. I'm stupid, but no. It's not even coming out till the end of next month.
I think that's fine. You know what? I'll have to advocate for this a little bit more, even though I have a whole bunch of shipments from Limited Run coming in April and also July. It's kind of a weird thing, but honestly, having done the Tanuki video, having looked at the prices and everything, especially with Switch 2, Mario Kart, potential variable pricing in the future, honestly, I think it's time for us to really like hit the backlogs a little bit more. That's how I
Uh,
feel.
yeah, I try to think about like how I want to do that. I'm trying not to go full content brain on all the stuff I want to do. But yeah, there's some games I do want to play like just to myself. Like
Yeah.
honestly, I was thinking about playing what was it Setsuna? Setsuna by myself.
Hmm.
Like make that into content. And I'm pretty sure there's a workaround. I just didn't try to look yet. The audio jack. Like when I put my headphones into my controller,
Hmm.
whatever microphone or whatever game audio from a capture card goes straight to my headphones. So it's like you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss
Hmm.
it. So yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
fair.
probably a way. Mm. Let me see.
Also
But
checking some
definitely on
updates.
like yeah, definitely on like the Switches side. Nah, there's definitely some games I can like do some backlog stuff and then make some content. Oh, speaking of content,
Oh.
what's his face? Bro, Liza P. Oh my god.
Oh yes, that's right.
So because I'm replaying it because this is early editing. Like I gotten a bit better at understanding how my program works. Sometimes it like even today it was doing some stupid stuff. They need to good lord, they need to figure some stuff out.
Hmm.
When I was doing editing before, when I was playing Liza P, it would all get like it would just delete. Like it wouldn't finish the recording. And I was like, I I don't know why. And
Hmm.
I lost so many hours. And then I was just thinking, fuck it. I wouldn't mind restarting it. Like it's just more Lies of P, so I get to play it again. I want to beat the game. But then also, what is it? Like have a full playthrough to put back on the channel because I stopped at like the third boss, and I'm like,
Hmm.
that's not cool. So I wanna replay it and then put it back up on the channel again, and just in time for when the DLC comes out because there's still no date. Um, and speaking of DLC, this is just a random jab.
Hmm.
Street Fighter 6 finally gave its Elena trailer.
Oh yeah.
So that's cool, but she's being released in June. She was set for spring. She was set for spring, so everybody's just ripping on it for like, oh, I guess summer ends June 20th. And I was just thinking, like, you know what? That really is weird that they just had him like set to the like why? Why did Capcom just set themselves for like June? Like
Hmm.
spring is like still happening, you know? So like why would you do that?
I'm not
I don't
sure.
know.
Sounds like some developmental like delays. So does that push back other characters like in the block or?
I probably wouldn't say so. It just became inconsistent with what their usual layout was, which is they'll have the yearly announcements show every character that's going to be spread out throughout the year
Oh
and then
yeah, yeah,
give
okay.
them their block. So like this past year that featured Elena, it was M Bison,
Yeah.
Terry, then Mai, and then it was Elena. So Bison was summer of last year, Terry was autumn, Mai was winter, and then Elena was supposed to be spring of this year. So that's
Hmm.
like the practice. Um, Now it's just inconsistent. I mean, like I get it. I'm not gonna be like, but I would assume a delay happened for hopefully not a crazy reason, but it makes sense.
Maybe they were just trying to develop the Switch 2 first. Switch 2
Yeah, they
edition
was
so
like,
they could fit that in the time frame.
oh, they really held us up. But like, I would think like maybe whatever's going on with on top of what I was thinking with like Liza P, it's got to be July. That's a good assumption for me, just to give myself some room.
Hmm.
Still being summer, you know.
I get you. I get you. There's actually a lot of stuff like happening in June. Actually, I was really thinking about it as far as like Nintendo Switch 2 was affected, but honestly, a lot of things are starting to move over there. So obviously, oh, I guess before we even jump into that, I wanted to kind of like obviously address like what's kind of the overall topic, the thumbnail and everything for like this particular podcast.
Yeah.
And you know, I just made that because I was in a mood, and I just wrapped up on Tanuki Media, so Switch 2 and the pre-orders were all on my mind. So I was like, you know what? I see this post about Switch 2 experiences happening in LA. Well, yesterday, and I was like, man,
Oh yeah.
and I get no updates here and there, so I'm just kind of like, I'm just in the feels right now. So I'm gonna just express that in art form.
Hey man, don't let me stop you.
Well, it's also fun because I always wanted to use the Squidward meme.
I mean, this is a good meme. It's like right up on the window too.
But it is kind of accompanied with some bad news. I feel so bad for Canada right now because, you know, they were still gonna get their honored pre-order, like I think on Wednesday, but that also got delayed, so they can match up with like you know US's like release or pre-order date, but that also hasn't been announced. So
Bro,
yeah,
get cooked right now.
and then I'm not sure if it's like true or not, but I think the China's release date for Switch 2 has just been delayed indefinitely. So to be fair, it's not the worst situation on our end.
Wait, their release date, not pre-order?
Yeah, I think so. We have to might have to double check on that, but it's rough. Of all the days, and years for Switch 2 to come out, and it's not even like really their fault on that front. It's just kind of, I know that they're observing it, they're studying it, and they're just coordinating. I know that they're working at it, so we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
In the meantime, like everyone's just been kind of putting out videos about like their impressions on Switch 2, and I expect to see another wave of that this weekend as well, considering that the experience happened yesterday for people in LA, also people in London. So we'll see how that all plays out. I think we'll get additional information from like third party like developers too. If anything, we might hear some things here and there. Like for example, Aniyah, it looks like Mario Kart World actually will run 120 frames per second. I'm sure in both, maybe like dock and like handheld, but that's kind of interesting. I didn't know about that. I thought Metroid Prime was the only one. Yeah, because it supports 120.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That yeah, that little guy right there. But I'm looking forward to it. Regardless,
I'm definitely down.
Hmm?
No, I was gonna say I'm definitely down for that. You know, if they want to put it to the best fidelity. I never took the time to notice, so this is probably gonna be a good way of looking at it. I never noticed the difference between 120 and 60, so I want to unlock a new appreciation for that because I wasn't a huge, like I didn't really care anything past 60. Like
That's
for
fair.
fighting games, yeah. Like you need to have like something very consistent. So maybe who knows? Maybe even 120 would benefit a fighting game. But dang, but handheld though? What? That's crazy.
It is kind of crazy. I remember dude, I'm trying to remember if my previous phone could support it. Because it was optimized for it. For like some of the Hoyo games, actually, they will support 120, like when that's applicable. And for the phones, they were doing a thing where, you know, for iPhone, I think for my 13 or something like that, I think there was 120 frames per second option. And I was able to notice that like pretty immediately, but resultingly, like my phone was literally on fire if I did that.
Oh no,
not as bad. I have the upgrade phone, so it's not as bad anymore. But that is like one of those things where it's like, yeah, you know what, the technology is getting a little bit better, or at least they're optimizing a little bit better. So, you know, once we roll out more 120 like frames, you'll start to see that it's super smooth. It's not necessary. I think 60 is still a really, really solid standard. But otherwise, yeah, you don't really need it unless you're like really aggressive in like first person shooters. That's what I'd say.
Oh yeah, I feel it. Jeez, yeah, there's got to be some means to where like where you gonna need all them extra frames if you're still getting beat. I don't know, but I mean, you get to experience the game at a good like precise kind of experience, you know.
And then Metroid Prime supporting the mouse support will like add to that too.
I want to see that. I want to see how that plays with it.
Me too.
It's gonna be super funny. Let me see. But in terms of was there any other good news as far as like at least the games that are coming onto the Switch?
Well, I've heard reports, and this was kind of like last week as well. For Street Fighter 6, actually, the fact is that that's actually a really solid port. Like, there's not
Oh,
like there's no real issues that people are really reporting on. So, as far as input delay, that's like almost negligible.
oh, I see you. No, it's gonna be good. I want to see how to play Street Fighter. Street Fighter with this 8-bit though.
Oh,
That would
really?
be pretty sick.
That's
I
crazy.
feel like so like the benefit of like a D-pad with a 2D game. I mean, like honestly, um, yeah, no, it's gonna go crazy. So, but then hold on, I think these still work, right? This will work on a Switch too.
Should,
Like,
yeah. If it's like wireless,
yeah.
then you should connect. It should do just fine.
All right. I don't know if because, bro, how many? What's another version of Bluetooth? Like Bluetooth point, like 3 point something. I don't
I
know.
could have sworn it is
I feel like
3 now.
yeah, right. Okay.
Hmm.
Nintendo, the Switch 2 blows out like anything else out the water. Like we already got to switch the SD card, so I figure like anything else, got to
Just
keep
true.
up with it.
Yeah. There was also kind of a bit of debate about like, the classic GameCube controller that they're going to ship out with the NSO support. And people were just kind of unsure whether or not, or at least I think there was some like wording about it not supporting other games outside of NSO. I wouldn't even worry
Oh
about
yeah.
that right now. So I think if the developers have like spent so much like tedious and careful timing, the way like Phil has like described that with other controllers supporting other games outside of it, then I'm pretty sure they wouldn't even like bat an eye about like just restricting it, and they would just open it up to everybody. So I say let's
Yeah,
not
they
worry
got
about it. Let's not worry about it.
because I'm like, why would they? They're already gonna section off a good amount of things with it. I don't think that would be. That's not even their best interest. Like I don't know as far as like a forward moving kind of way of looking at it, because like technology gets better. Let's try to keep things kind of like going with it as well. But like
Yeah,
dropping a good chunk of that stuff behind would be kind of weird. I don't believe that.
I guess
Oh,
the only I guess the only thing I had to say about that is just the fact that like we used to have Virtual Console, and it's interesting when you look back on Virtual Console because a lot of the games that were available on there were like at a cheaper price. And
yeah.
well, I think we just kind of done away. Well, Nintendo's done away with that, so they're able to just kind of put that at a like seemingly just affordable thing of just it's all part of the subscription. But the thing is that subscription fee will just kind of keep building up. So
Okay, I see you. Um,
yeah, because otherwise,
yeah.
you could get like Mario Galaxy. Well, not Mario Galaxy. I think maybe in Sunshine. Well, no, Virtual Console didn't have GameCube. I don't think. Um,
I
I
don't
guess
think,
you
yeah,
could.
no.
But I think Wii U also had some interesting price deductions, pretty much like when nearing the end of its life, where things were a lot
Okay.
cheaper. But
Yeah.
now we're reaching a weird situation where people are talking about like older games like Breath of the Wild, for example, and still like up to 70, or Mario Kart, and that's still like up to like 60. Breath of the Wild 60. Sorry
Yeah,
about
that is.
that. But yeah,
All right, I feel it.
I don't know.
Man.
I don't really have any like explanation on that front. It's just kind of weird. We're just kind of in a weird state with Nintendo. I'm not getting behind that per se, but it's just something to keep in mind of.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I was trying to think of like what I was saying last week. Because most of the time I'm just kind of thinking of what is it? Where I would rather be more on everybody else's side when it comes to knowing that Nintendo is in like a place of they'll just be like, oh, they're gonna buy it anyway. Um, and this is something they're saying now because the conversation about like what the game costing as much as it is, they're saying that the effort that goes behind it, right? Like the development and whatever
Yeah,
new hardware that they're working with to push it forward. Okay, of course you can make that argument for a lot of things.
like indie
Now
titles
the
too.
issue, yeah, right. So I was trying to think of like, I don't, maybe did Phil say anything like this, or maybe I just saw this online
Hmm.
where they were saying, 'cause I know it was a Twitter post that I saw. This guy said, if that's the case, then like, what was it? Pokemon, uh, was it Sword and Shield or like Scarlet, Violet, whatever? I think it was Scarlet Violet, right? Where all the
Oh,
issues were like the bugs of when it first released and all that
yeah,
noise.
still there.
It's like, should you have paid full price for a buggy game?
Probably not. No.
kind of crazy to do that. So like I would assume, but then maybe this might be something I just kind of I might be overthinking, but I'm just trying to think of like we have to block out any avenue that would kind of make them like, expand on ways to make them take more money from you. I would assume that like if that's the case, would we have to pay for every patch that comes out? I wouldn't want that to be a new norm.
Probably no,
Like
no,
say that
like that, no.
yeah, right. Magic in the game. I don't think they would. I hope they wouldn't. But Magic in the game where like based off the effort, based off the development that went behind it, and whatever other nonsense that they figured works, the game comes out for like 25 or something like that. All right, and then you keep finding bugs. I don't know what a price point would be on a bug to ramp up. It'll be like, here's $1, and then you pay for that patch or something. And then say kind of like what they did with what they do with like DLC, where you still have to pay for that. But then there's some people who probably didn't have the patch version. I don't know, maybe they don't have internet. I don't fucking know. But then they have to keep paying for stuff like that. As ridiculous as that sounds, I'm just throwing a ridiculous idea. It's a ridiculous idea. As far as like, because this whole first of all, the scenario is ridiculous. We just got to work with it. But
yeah,
whatever keeps a fair amount of money in everybody's pocket.
Yeah.
The company is always going to have money, but like I'd rather them not pull this fast one. But now we just gotta roll with it. Like I have no other option to giving anybody except we just gotta roll with it. If you don't want to pay, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
Nobody's gonna. I mean, your lights will be on, so I mean, like you don't have to pay for it. It just kind of sucks that a hobby of yours that you invest time in is gonna have to take like a buffer.
Bigger
That's the worst.
Bigger chunk of you. So
yeah. As far as like a consumer is involved.
You know what's interesting is how there was a whole bit with standardization, and I got like the quick sit rep like from Maximilian, where like NES or sorry SNES, N64, these were like proprietary like cartridges, and they were just marked up like to like 80 or 70. It was like some crazy times back then, and yeah, food was like definitely cheaper back then, and probably affordable housing there too, but in comparison to like nowadays. But now we have those prices, and the prices for everything else have gone up too, so it's kind of can't really make that similar comparison. And now we're kind of entering the age where they're kind of opening the floodgates of like a variable pricing again, where everything used to be standardized for a good while. Everything was 60, and now we're starting to see 70 stuff, and now it's like, oops, like Nintendo's doing their thing. Now it's $80, and possibly higher or lower.
Yeah, I would assume since what is it? It was because of the PlayStation based off of that. Because I remember seeing the same thing from him. The compact disc. The discs themselves were super cheap, so they were able to work with how games could move forward while also like balancing out how much money they invest in it. Man, I don't know if people the more technology finds ways of like improving on like what we already enjoy, but to like a faster degree. Like was it with the video that you put out for the Switch and everything, the difference between the Switch 1 and 2, like that's gonna be a lot, especially if you want to put it into a tablet, which is what this console is. It's kind of like variables are going to become more prominent because they're trying to find ways of moving forward while also making it like accessible. So with this console being more advanced, having more powerful chipsets, whatever the heck is in there, more ways of making your gameplay more I guess like frequent, because even with the top down charger on the top of it now, rather than having to always have it on your dock or getting an accessory to pop up on it, it's like there's ways of you like playing more in tabletop now. Actually, there's too many angles that we got to work at. So again, you just got to roll with it. But then, I mean, I don't know about Nintendo, but I'm open to hearing people's ideas. I really am, because I would love to see the best way that things can improve. Or if you're cool with like a relative standpoint of where we are like on the technical side, like the hardware and everything. If you're cool with like this output, I mean, then it's I don't know. You just gotta roll with it. Dang, I don't know, bro. We rolling.
Do what you
We had a
gotta.
bakery. We all these rolls, bro. Like we just rolling. Like that's all we got.
It's tough.
I wish it was better.
Yeah.
I wish it was better.
I wish everything could just be like super, super duper like affordable, and we don't really have to cost a lot for that. But I get like people need to be fed. Like it's one of those things where it's like, oh well, we're increasing the prices because one, we might be a little bit greedy on that, but we're also like we also have people working behind this kind of stuff, and this pay increase would also like help to benefit them as well. I'm not sure to how much degree, but it would help them too. So I wouldn't.
Hope so.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to deny them that. But it does kind of come out of our wallets too. So it's just a matter of juggle it. Juggle it.
Yeah. Because I'm not going to lie. I'm always going to assume when more money is involved and more money goes towards like a particular company or whatever, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be fair. I would assume. Like, I don't know.
Enough,
like,
yeah.
It's been a minute. I haven't heard any crazy controversies to like Nintendo do anything to like the development team or whatever. So I don't know. This ain't no Ubisoft. So I don't know.
Oh my god.
Like,
no.
I was just thinking like the way they divvy up funds and whatever comes back as far as like a profit goes to like the development side. I'm just hoping that they do it like to a fair degree. It's a big old company, so I don't know, brother. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna be that fair. That's just I'm primed to believe that, but I'm cool to be wrong. Like, I'm not, my ego not too huge to be wrong. Just like I'm my own. Hopefully it's fair.
Yeah.
That's how we get more games, and that's how they get more money. So it's like win-win.
We'll have to see how things pan out. My concern is, if it's something where like games get like way more expensive more frequently, then there are like games that are getting lower because it's like, okay, now you guys are starting to see that. The whole welcome tour, for example, is like just $9.99. So it's like, oh, that's like really, really cheap. I'm not gonna get it. But like it's one of the things where it's like, oh well, I'm totally down for games to just be $10. But if we're talking first party Nintendo, it's like I'm not sure if they're really going to be doing that. Like if I saw them like posting a game for like $50, and they have before, I think, yeah. Well, Metroid Prime Remaster was actually $30, like physically, and I think also on the eShop too, 30. And I was like, oh, that's actually not bad. They could have easily charged up 60, and we're all kind of suckers, so we'd probably still take it like that, but they didn't. Not that time. That was weird.
Yeah. No, you're right. That's funny. Hold on. On top of that, with what's his face? With well, am I? That's why I would try to hope people wouldn't do, because like big brand, like especially because Metroid Prime. Like, when's the last time before this new one that's coming out? How long have they been waiting for any of that stuff to come out with like even a port or whatever they can come up with for Samus? It's been a minute, so of course like diehards and like huge fans are probably gonna buy it. But I was just like, again, just hold off. You don't have to buy it just yet. Don't be the sucker that they want you to be.
To be fair, yeah, first parties won't really sell out, so don't worry about that. I get FOMO though.
Okay, hold on. That too, I would assume that would be something. But then also, it would kind of just maybe this is me, my indie people. Like, just get indie games. Like, get third party people who get a chance to like find ways of keeping you, busy and playing games until first party shows up. So it's kind of like there's gonna be games. It reminds me of the conversation where people are saying like gaming's dead or like it's like falling off. I'm like, to say that for a whole genre or like industry is crazy. Gaming, that's crazy to say. That's like saying books are dead. Like, what are we talking about? You're gonna always find something to read. I hope you read, but like, it's just a weird way of saying that when there's so many games that have been talked about and like pivotal as far as like making like trends or like some kind of cultural impact. Like, bro, Undertale, Celeste, Hollow Knight, mouthwashing.
Oh yeah.
What else?
Oh, Aniyah, there's I raised my hand for this, but
Yeah, I
there's
was like,
I, the host, rose my hand.
he said, "No, I got manners, bro. I want to be respectful. I get it."
uh, there's a game that came
Hey,
out. It's kind of taking people by storm because it's like highly regarded, and it was like something shown off in the PlayStation like direct of some sort a while back, as like just like a little game that would drop like on a digital like front. And I'm trying to remember what it was called. But I think we need to start keeping an eye out for that one. Just as a general like gamer enthusiast mindset. Let me see if I can find
okay.
it right now. But
What does the main character look like? Do you remember the main
it's
character
like
look like?
it's no main character like actual appearance, but I'm trying to remember the actual title of the game, and that's what's eating me right now. Let me see. I think I saw it from
What
Kind
did
of
it?
Funny. It started with Blue
So like
something.
blue.
Blue. Hold on,
Like I know where my phone at. But like wait, was it like a recent
it's a
show? Like a
recent game,
like
yeah.
a PlayStation showcase or whatever?
Yeah, one of the previous ones that they had. Oh, it's called I think it's called Blueprints.
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 Like blue. Oh, look at that.
Oh shoot, you can get it for
Oh
$27
wait,
on Steam.
no, I lost my 2 days ago. Oh, this
Oh,
game.
yeah,
It's
this one.
like a like you're walking around in a third person like storybook looking thing.
Yeah, so apparently like it's people are giving it like some pretty high reviews. I'm like, "Oh, okay. All right."
Oh, Balatro is what I wanted to say as far as like an indie game. I forgot about that.
Ooh,
But
yeah, Blotcher will eat you alive.
I'm
If you let
so
it,
like
I'll allow
yeah,
it.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a point of me where I'm always gonna say that I guess like it just comes to like the console thing because with the stuff that's going on with Nintendo, I think even a lot of people said it, like even you said it, right? Where it comes to giving more credence to Steam, like PlayStation and all this other stuff, it's kind of like what? There's always something. There's always something you can do. I would just rather. How can I describe this? It's like I'm not against people criticizing, right? I'm really
Mhm.
not. I just really feel like there's a point where it comes to like, um, well, then again, it's just all online, so I guess it's better to take it with a grain of salt. Just
Mhm.
never have such like an ultimatum about like what these companies do or like just like the hobby in general that you're willing to just be like, I'm done. I mean, like, because if you are done, I mean, just be done. Because like the way that things kind of like just ebb and flow, like things are gonna just constantly change. So there's gonna be like good upsides and then some really bad downsides. And this is a downside that we're going with right now.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't know. I'd rather people just kind of, especially when it comes to like a hobby like gaming, like that has so many other things you could do, albeit like to your backlog or like other ways that people give games. So like you got options. You got options, right? You know, first world problems. I can't play my game anymore. I can't get the new hotness, but like you
It
got hotness
really
behind you.
it really is a
So
first world
like,
problem type of thing. Gaming's a luxury,
yeah,
Aniyah, and we just kind of take that statement for granted sometimes.
telling you, yeah, I'm cool with rolling with the punches. I got 9 souls. I got Liza P, bro. I got all these options. So like, let's just
I get that. I definitely kind of had to like realize that when I was making the video and also seeing like the price tags and everything like that. Is that like, yeah, I'm like, you know me. I think I'm kind of big on like adapting to like what's the hot like new thing right now. And I realized that like if I stick to that, especially when I was going into like Tanuki Media trying to like review like accessories and like handhelds and everything like that. That's money. And if you have money, that's great. But if you don't, then it's like you need to start to adapting. And sometimes we don't actually have like that switch to flip it off, you know?
yeah. Mhm.
So
So
I had to like realize that.
that yeah, that'll lead to like whatever other like avenue of creativity we can work with. So
Hmm. I will
it's
say,
like we had
you know what
yeah.
I forgot to talk about this too. There was an event called what was it, Triple I Initiative? I don't know much about like the event itself, but apparently it was just like an event that just kind of showcased some brand new like indie titles showing up, and I was like, oh, okay. So what exactly do we have here?
That's definitely me. Also, hold on. This might be showing up on our on the stream. You've been kind of like choppy.
Oh yeah, we are choppy. Is it YouTube or Twitch, or is it both?
I'm just on Discord. I'm looking at
Oh,
Discord.
really?
It's kind of choppy.
Oh, even me. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of going through it right now. I think it's because I might have like another like Chrome tab. That's probably why. I'm on Steam's page right now, and they'll always autoplay something. So it's like, can y'all stop that?
Yeah. Like, where's the option for that? I haven't even found that yet. It's somewhere.
Gotcha. But here, couple of games I wanted to like shout out from Triple I Initiative. Moonlighter 2. I played Moonlighter 1. I loved that one.
That sounds great.
There's this game that I discovered too. It's called Dusk Fade, Aniyah. It's almost Kingdom Hearts like as far as the presentation. I was
like, are we fighting at dawn? That's what I meet me at dusk for the fade, and it's just everybody boxing. That would have been funny. It's like Cowboys, but then just boxing instead of shooting. That'd have been a great game.
I think this was actually where, because I see Katana Zero here, I think this is when they showcased just a little bit more of like the gameplay stuff for like the DLC, but we don't have a date for that, so.
Oh, do you not?
So they're just kind of teasing, but I mean, like, hey guys, myself included, we should just all play Katana Zero.
It's new to me, man. I this is the first time I ever heard of a Katana DLC being announced. I've been waiting for so long. I love that game, bro. I gotta play that. I gotta play that and like Hollow Knight because we got Silk Song, right? But like Katana. Oh my lord, bro.
Yeah, I definitely have to give Hollow Knight's flowers. If it weren't for the whole Halloween themed thing that we did together, I probably wouldn't have been able to experience it like when I did, and I'm glad I did.
Bro, I'm glad you like that game. I'm really glad that you're a fan of that stuff. It's such a solid game. It just hits every note of what you can experience and enjoy about a game. I'm like, come on, especially within that genre, the Metroidvania stuff.
It's like I
feel like challenges too.
That's for sure. Like honestly, if you play back to Hollow Knight like now, it doesn't really age, really. Like I think the worst case is that like we come from the future where there's like 20K resolution, and it's like it kind of stretches out just a little bit, and that's it. That's it, bro.
He's like, wow, dead pixel. Like what? This game is trash. Like no, like.
No, I love it. That art style is like phenomenal. I get it. They can take as long as they want. They can take as long as they want on that follow-up game.
Anytime somebody does like traditional kind of like animation where it's like frame by frame, it's like you got such a timeless. Well, hold on. Actually, yeah, that's just like how animation is in general. Was it like oh god, I wish I could remember the year. This is really old animation of Superman that's been like thrown around a lot. Where he's like, I don't know what the context is. Like, he's kind of like, he's getting hit by like a laser beam. He's like, and he just starts punching it. Like,
oh yeah, that was crazy. It was so smooth too, wasn't it?
bro, that was 120 frames. It was so smooth, bro. I was just like,
who did that?
I don't know. Like it's so many decades ago, and that mess looks like it's something that will top what's going on today, depending on what you mirror it to. But then again, that kind of animation is just like timeless.
It's so good,
bro. It's a product of its time, but at the same time, it's like evergreen. That mess could go on for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. But bro, so when you have it to a video game, man, you cutscenes and all, like that game is so much personality, bro. So yeah, how about freaking Hollow Knight forever? But what else? I think like as far as like the Triple I thing, right? How long has this event been around? If you know,
I don't know actually. I'll have to see if they actually have an established like history for that.
I'm trying to remember what was the other like convention or event that really showcased indies. There's an indie game. Well, then again, I found this indie game because I saw something on Twitter. They went to some place in the UK, somewhere in Europe, I think. I want to say Europe, just to be more broader, because I don't know where in Europe. But like, bruh, it's like this really nice. Did I put it on my Steam? I'm pretty sure I put it on my Steam wish list. But like again, indies, man, they just got something just sitting in a bank. It's a lot of gold, man. Oh, where's my wish list? I'm gonna find it.
I'm gonna have to see
that.
if they have a wiki page, maybe just tell me the establishment.
Yeah. Because man, if anything showcases some good. Ooh, hello. Some good. Oh wait, is it? I think it's this. I think it's called Oh, not that. Ooh, that looks crazy. It's not that one, bro. This game. I gotta find it because I'm gonna sound crazy. Oh, it's called Immortal. That's what it's called.
Immortal.
It's called Immortal and the Death That Follows.
Just interesting.
Look at it on your phone. Look at it. Just look at it. It looks so sick, bro. Like this. First of all, this character design weird, but I like it. I'm just thinking, dude, he's such a he's distinct enough to like. How can you forget a character design like that?
Oh, interesting.
Whole indies. Like I swear, I can't wait for this thing to get like more buzz. His stomach is his mouth.
A kung fu noir prison drama based on Buddhist myth. Huh? Okay.
Yeah, bro. Noir. I was like, bro, we dealing with detectives now. We're gonna solve a mystery. Like, you gotta be kidding me. And then like Roguevania is a term I saw for it. First time I ever heard of that.
Well,
I'm pretty sure I played the genre before.
I do. Yeah, I'm kind of digging it. I'm just looking at screenshots. Add to the wish list because I like that. Oh, I gotta log in. Hold on.
Oh, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. Oh wait, crap. I forgot why I brought it up. But I was thinking of like it was the event that it went to, because if we got is it called Triple I? Is that what we'll just call it?
Triple I, yeah. I'm not sure if it was shown off here though.
Yeah, this was shown. Bro, where was this game shown at? It was shown somewhere else that highlighted indies, and I'm like, can't remember where.
It's not Indie World, right? It's something else.
That'd be funny. I don't think it was Indie World. Wow, I can't look it up because my phone is being stupid. Wait, why is it not charging? What the heck? Anyway, first world problems. It's somewhere though. I'll find it.
Ooh. Let's see. Is it Independent Games Festival?
Wait, Film Games Festival? Is it that? And the Death?
Indie Games Expo?
Is it that? I mean, that feels like the most straightforward. Like, where? I was trying to remember. It might be that. I want to believe it's that, but Convention. Good lord. Also, so I won't hold up too much.
Oh, you know what? There was another game from Triple I Initiative. I just closed it. I could probably I could pull up on my phone. I wanted to give a shout out to it for Seppi's sake, and I'll send her a message about it. It's called Neverway. It's pretty much, from what I understand, it is it's almost like Stardew Valley, but it's like horror themed. I think she'll absolutely dig that.
Yo, that sounds crazy.
From Cold Blood Inc. Yo, they're locked in.
Yeah, that sounds ridiculous. Okay, I gotta close this. Oh wow.
Oh, that's where they got the Vampire Survivors DLC stuff. Having another add-on to that, I was like, oh, okay, I gotcha.
Oh, word. Okay. Wait, sign it. Why do they keep asking me about personal life? No way. Go back.
Return.
Yeah, I was like, hold on. I guess you gotta go to Community Hub. That's fair. thought somebody's like, "Is this game still alive? Don't do this to me."
Oh no. Is the game in the room with us?
Bro, yeah. Honestly. Oh no. Okay, I can't find it. I'm of course sounding crazy. I can't find it. But yeah, man, indie games to save you. Indie games to save a lot of these people and have them like really you'll be enjoying a lot of stuff, bro. Like, look at this. Man. Anyway, before I harp on it too much, what else do we want to roll into?
Oh
Do
yes.
we want to expand more on like
I actually have the next thing on our docket. I mentioned earlier the Xbox Game Showcase, followed by the Outer Worlds 2 Direct. That's set for June 8th. And I was over here like, Xbox, what are we doing? That's really close. Exactly. What are you trying to do? But I get it, because I think South of Midnight was another big like title they wanted to release alongside Avowed, and I think it's about time for them to start like listing out like other games that they have like for the future, not just like Doom and everything like that, but it's about time for them to start showing off like other things that they've been working on.
Oh, okay.
I like that they're putting out Outer Worlds 2, because I actually did play that for a bit. I didn't like play it like in full, but it was one of those things where like you could finish up like the playthrough like pretty quickly depending on like the choices you made, and I definitely went with a faster route. But I still really much so enjoyed like the Obsidian like aesthetic and design of the story and everything. So I'm glad they get the sequel. Wonder how they're gonna like improve on that. But I'm also really looking forward to what they have in mind for like new games. Maybe some from Gears actually.
Yeah.
I think it might be time.
Yeah, that would be kind of crazy. Ooh, on another note, because
That's on Sunday too. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. One more piece of fighting game stuff, which is funny because I want to talk to Phil about this, bro. Fatal Fury is going through some stuff right now, and I'm like,
what's going on?
It had like the wildest, like, I don't know. I thought the guy at this point, I thought they would put I Show Speed in the game. I'm not gonna lie. Because bro, I was like, we got was it Ronaldo? And he's like a huge fan of Ronaldo. So obvious thing that I'm gonna expect is that, well, it depends. Hopefully. Since he's in the game, that's gonna give him a reason to at least try the game, and then streaming it will give more views to the game Fatal Fury when it comes out. So that's what I'm hoping will be an upside.
Oh, interesting.
Super cool. All right, that's super cool. But the commercial, it was I Show Speed.
Oh, it really was.
And KSI. All right. They were just walking in, like, I guess the SNK headquarters. They was just looking at all the cool stuff because, Fatal Fury. And they're like, homeboys, they just like snuck into like this random room that said "Do not enter," I think, right? And they were like, "What's behind here?" And then you'll see this crazy little, I don't know, little server room or whatever. And it's just a bunch of nonsense with them, like, trespassing. But like they see this big old red button. He's like, "I don't think you should press the button." And then Speed was like, "Shut up." And then he pushes the button, and then he gets like freaking cyberspaced into the game. But then like they go through the motions of like there's two other guys. I forgot these two other athletes. They get zapped into the game, and then Speed's like right there with his live stream chat happening, and it's just like, bro, what I'm describing is real. Somebody make this. And then like then they start fighting, but in different like eras of like Fatal Fury and all this other nonsense. And then Geese somehow is over here like, I don't know, freaking Skynet. He Skynetted himself and he's throwing his hat to the ring saying something. Who knows? That might mention that like maybe he's gonna be in the game, which is not gonna be a huge surprise. It would be cool. We'll just wait for him to get like Heihachi'd into the game. Then like as soon as they get to like the City of the Wolves art style, they flip Speed to look that way now. So everybody's just getting beat up. Terry's getting beat up. Freaking Rock's getting beat up. And I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. KSI's getting beat up. Like everybody's just fighting. And I'm like, I'm buying the game, but like, bro, I don't know.
I'm trying to
I just
figure out what you're trying to say to me.
Well, the way I'm describing it is real. I don't think I lied about anything.
Okay,
he pushes a button.
I'm pulling it up here. Not putting it. Oh, there's the. Yeah, I see him. So I'm watching it like right now. This is 3 minutes, by the way. 4 minutes actually.
I described like half of it as much as I could. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, when did they even make this? When did they film this?
I don't know. Like, when wasn't he like just in China? Like,
I think he's still in China. That's the thing.
Holy, this guy is everywhere right now. That's crazy.
Okay, I guess
props to him though.
Yeah, we'll see how this plays out. You know, I'll give it to them for Fatal Fury. They're really embracing, content creators, athletes. And whether it's going to mean they're all merged into the game, I mean, Ronaldo's there, but if this is what they're going to try to do going forward, to kind of maybe not for the sake of just like standing out from other fighting games, but just to embrace it, then all the more power to them.
Yeah, I would assume that'd be an easier way of like getting more. I mean, if I want to be all like, fun about it, if I want to do that, I would assume it'll help get more eyes and bring in more money. That's what I would assume.
I feel that.
But game looks good. Like, if I want to...
It does look good, yeah.
Well, based off of what I've seen from Max. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I do like default to Max a lot, but most of the time he usually says things I'm like on board with. So most of the time when I think of having like a lens on what I'm looking at, I would usually agree with what he's saying. Like, his breakdown of Ronaldo was pretty on point. Because, like, he's just man, Like, he's just...
Yeah.
He's just dude.
He's just guy.
I say just dude. Yeah, right? Like, he's a huge celebrity, sure, right? In terms of what we got going. But they missed, like, something to make it more interesting as far as, like, integrating him into City of the Wolves. So, kind of weird how they missed that. Kind of odd to do it. So, And here's some other guy I've never heard of. What's his name? Salvatore or crap. He's like a DJ or something. He's like a music artist. And he's weird. He's super weird. In a good way, though. Because when you see him playing in the game, he kind of just looks like he makes sense. Because, Ronaldo is like an actual person. And the other dude is an actual person. But, like, his moveset is based off of, like, fantastical things that can work with... Fatal Fury. And you can still give that to Ronaldo as far as like him having like he could conjure up a soccer ball. Like, that's kind of crazy. But like, still nothing too crazy, nothing too fantastical. Because this game, bro, there's like there's a buff dude who wears like a giant hawk mask and he goes nuts with like these wrestling moves because it's fantastical. But outside of it, if I don't want to be a nitpick about the art direction, it still looks like a good game. I'm getting it. For sure. Plus, also, I think Garo might be my favorite SNK game. I want to say. Because, like, I played 14 and 15 of King of Fighters. And then a couple of the other ones, like with Fatal Fury, based off of, like, what Phil showed me. But outside of that, man, like, I put more time into any other SNK game, it would definitely be Garo. My main is the Pirate Girl, so I'm gonna have to deal with that. Because I mean, I know what they bring in, so I just gotta roll with this. Good lord, because she's fun to play as, and she's a pirate. But oh my god, bro! As far as like getting that demographic to play the game, like they already had like a reason to buy it anyway. But like, oh my god, still.
Okay, I watched the entire video.
Kind of crazy. One of her moves is she's throwing it back. So I'm like, that's already kind of crazy. But holy,
I totally forgot this video was actually like it was a boxing match ad that had Fatal Fury supporting it. I was like, I just saw it at face value, and also based on what you were telling me, so I thought it was just gonna be like, are we including some new characters or something like that? But it was definitely just a bit.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, that's what it was. Cause bro, where did I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even finish the whole thing. I stopped at the part where everything felt like Matrix Revolutions, where it was just a bunch of a bunch of Agent Smiths. There was just a bunch of Terrys and a bunch of Rocks, and I was just like, bro, what's happening right now? And then I just stopped. It's kind of crazy.
I get you.
But yeah, boxing. That makes more sense. That's why I had those boxers in there. Wow. So yeah, that was some fighting game news.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, and then Tekken's still going through hell right now.
So I've heard.
Bruh,
have we talked about that?
And Ash, yeah, I'll talk about it for a little bit.
Okay.
Because in my opinion, right,
Mm-hmm.
nothing the veterans are saying is like wrong. So I'm with it. I would be more on point of there. And what made it worse, at least as far as like what I saw, I don't remember this. The dev team, it was like the usual guys. I keep forgetting the name of the head director. I think he is. It was him, Harada, and then what do I want to call it? Isn't it Mike? I think his name is Mike. Everybody's face. They were talking about balancing the game out, and they brought up the fact that they wanted to improve defenses because this game is just like inherently meant to be more aggressive. This is more of the take of what they're approaching in terms of Tekken 8. So aggression is already going to be kind of crazy. So they were like, let's work on balancing out defense. They said that. Like, was it like during EVO Japan or just EVO in general? I forgot. So it's a crazy thing to do because you say you focus on defense, and then when that season 2 patch shows up, you go crazy in terms of like the aggression again. Like all offenses, they just they dialed that mess to like 1,000, and it's like why? Like I'd rather them not say anything in that regard. In terms of like, what is it? We're gonna focus on defense because you're gonna need some ways of like people actually focusing in and like earning those victories. Now what we're just gonna do is blow everybody up because everybody's cranked on like I don't know, meth. Like everybody's just like roided out, and it's like we didn't need any more of that. And a good amount of it, from what I remember, especially during the Tekken talks, they were saying like they just wanted to give like new players a chance, like even playing ground or something like that, like making them like more competent to like have a chance against the veteran players. And I'm kind of like, don't get me wrong, more players mean more sales, whatever. But like, the spirit of fighting games, at least is how I feel. Which is why I'm kind of like thinking, even with this new season update, I wanted to approach it as far as like, this is just more of me like having to learn and like adapt, right? But it takes away from like all those really interesting fights or like those interesting kind of like moments of tension when you're seeing people like high level players play. It's like knowing what they had to do to even get to that level. That's more of a testament to why fighting games are really interesting. But then at the same time, just to even throw it on to like people who like doing cool stuff, I like doing that. I like doing cool stuff. But at the same time, it's because I took the time to learn what I could and adapt to like fighting multiple kinds of people, pro and casual. So it was just a weird thing for them to do that. We're gonna.
And oh, okay.
It's a beating stick. Like, why would you like? That doesn't make any sense. Like, everybody gets a stick, and it's just like, bro, like, no way. You can't say that's like, you can't do that. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, oh wait, I ran out. Here's a bigger stick. Like, it's just like you can't say I'm gonna work on defense and they give everybody a bigger bat. And like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. So, like, dang, you might have just not said anything. Like, it's weird.
Aniyah, have you seen this? It's a funny little short bit that I've been seeing around where it's like how to defend yourself against like a burglar or something like that. Okay, first of all, he grabs an RPG.
Bro, that's what they did in Tekken. That's exactly what happened. Oh, bro, that is yeah. They cranked that mess to 1,000. But hey, I can still find fun in it, sure. But like, I do have fun with like the fact that I can, like, especially for me, I want to get more into like what they call neutral, where it's more just
Yeah,
like
just
playing like the
that.
the comic collecting game of it.
Try to figure that out. Yeah, close the
Yeah, it's
gap.
cool. That's a cool way of like introducing like some kind of like some strategy as far as like fighting games. Because when it's
Mhm.
all just like blow them up, then it's not as fun.
Who strikes first?
Uh,
I mean, that's still kind of the same
yeah.
thing, but like, it's definitely
Oh
the
no, it's not.
neutral to offense type of thing.
Yeah, and it does like boil down to who strikes first, right? But then at the same time, it's like, how do you even get to that point? Do you close in and try to like, like psych them out with like, am I gonna throw this or am I gonna throw that? Like, there was more options to that. And I saw FDX break that down, and I was like, bro, I wish everybody who had like issues with Tekken would break it down like this. Cause like most of the time when I hear people complain about Tekken, it's kind of just like, oh, the matchup. And now I'm like, what does that mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Or like with other characters, like, oh, he's busted. But I'm like, most of the time when you say they're busted, it's because of who's playing that person. Because there's moves that I don't know with Jin. Am I busted? No. Like, it's just a lot of stuff that you can like what we would do, like nerfs and like balancing stuff out. That's fine. But like outside of like 2 moves that people bring up, like what are we talking about? Like y'all gotta get better at explaining stuff. And if you're not, get better. Like I don't know, I don't know, get better at explaining things. Man, it was so interesting to see like if this is all I needed to understand with like some people's grievances, maybe I could get on board with it. It's just way more blatant with this season 2 patch. So, bro, you know, so yeah, Bandai's in the toilet right now, but I'll still play the game.
That's fair.
I think that's all I got, right? I think that's all I got in terms of like fighting games. I feel bad because I don't play enough Street Fighter. I think I played it for like a couple hours before I went back to Tekken. So
I feel that.
But let me see. Is there no, right? What else?
Anything else that you had?
What's going on?
Oh, yeah. So, I guess there's not really much for me to bring up as far as like Switch 2 experience in London, LA. Like, I think that stuff, as far as like any particular like news report, you'd have to be like on the ground to figure that one out. In which case, I will go ahead and since you were talking about like some of your passions, I'll talk about like some of mine over here.
Well, yeah.
Yesterday actually was like a kind of a double up type of thing with Zenless Zone Zero. I've talked about this game before. They are in the transitional period of like going into version 2.0 right now, so that's like featuring a whole story thing that just will shift the story forward. And they also announced that the Xbox platform is going to be available as well, but that's going to be also in June. Very weird timing on that one, but
summer.
It's just been interesting to kind of see like how they've been like tackling, the mechanics like of the game, essentially trying to make an action RPG game. It's kind of similar to like Devil May Cry, right? Where it's like it's all these different like button inputs and it's like all flashy. It looks super cool, but like when you actually look in the nitty gritty of what you have to do in Devil May Cry, it's like oh, it's kind of gross. And what I'm trying to say is that the development for Zenless, as far as like adapting that like cool flashy like fighting stuff, has been kind of dialed down to something that's pretty simple to like learn from the gates, but maybe a little bit difficult to really like get a grasp on like in end game type stuff. So I've kind of appreciated for that.
Actually, yeah, question about that game. There's no jump button, right?
There's no jump button, no.
So it really is just all action because it's like a mobile game too.
Yeah.
Okay, because it is Hoyoverse. Is it all the same developer?
I think they're different developers. I'm sure.
Man, they really adopted something. I can appreciate this. Like, bro, their animations are crazy. The animations are crazy. And I'm noticing that with because I saw a bit of it with like what Genshin and
Honkai Star Rail.
Honkai Star Rail? Yeah. Like the 60 frame, decent looking models too, actually. Everything is pretty solid. So when I saw Zenless Zone Zero, because I remember seeing a preview about it like a couple of years ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because that one character who's like he's like Ragnar, but like Deadpool, like it
Yeah.
was that kind of combo, which is a funny combo. I remember seeing that character, but then like just seeing it in motion now, like bro, this game, geez, man, it looks kind of crazy. And then also, I was thinking about playing it because it looked pretty cool. I just wouldn't want to do it on phone. I don't think I'll ever be like a real mobile kind of gamer. I don't want to use my phone to play games.
I feel
tried
that.
it before. Off.
I got you on that one. Well, luckily it is going to be available on like other consoles aside from PlayStation, so that's how I'm kind of tackling it because it's also available on PC, also on mobile and PlayStation. But my PC, it takes a lot of space, so PlayStation's the next like spot right there. I'll try it out on Xbox as well, and hopefully Switch 2 might actually get something out of it too.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was like, what is Switch's deal? And then like port it from because how long has this game been out? It's been like for like what
a year? We're closing in on a year as of as of July anyway.
Oh, it's July. Oh, I jumped the gun because I remember I saw a bit, right? Or maybe I had it in the background. Max was getting a sponsor by it, so I was like, oh, I was just watching that. That game it still looks clean. So maybe I'll grab it on PlayStation just to give it a shot at least.
Ooh, yeah. I'm definitely gonna be a big advocate for it. I know I've been playing some of the Hoyoverse stuff, and I'm gonna try to like hit up Star Rail like on its anniversary later this month. But I think it might be because it's pretty new, so it's easy to catch up on it. But Zenless Zone Zero is just kind of like scratching the itch as far as like being that free to play, but also has like a lot of depth to it. And someone like me who like really enjoys like a story to it and the characters as well. It kind of seems to check off all the boxes for me, so I'm totally down with it. And I've kind of like fallen in love with like the gameplay loop of like leveling your characters as best as you can. And honestly, as far as like the simplicity of like the gameplay, but also something where you will definitely get a challenge here and there, I can appreciate it for it. So I will stand by it. I will support it, and but I also like the fact that it is like free to play friendly as well.
Oh yeah, save you money and all the stuff. Like what you is it like unlocking time to play with characters or like some kind of like gotcha?
There is
the element in that game.
There's 100% gotcha in there. But as far as the resources, you can definitely like just kind of like haul those together, and then eventually you can try to like go for a character you're really looking forward to.
Oh, okay, I can dig it. That's hilarious. All right, let me see. I'm trying to think of like if there's anything I can think about as far as like gaming or like even. Okay, hold on. You got any manga stuff or like any anime thing going on?
You know what? I don't have manga per se, but I do know that My Hero is like started up with Vigilantes, and I've been digging that like opening song. I haven't really watched like the show itself or the episode, but I have like read like a good bit of the manga.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet. I'm gonna have to get onto it because I've been seeing like clips. I haven't been because like what they autoplay on Twitter, so everything's muted. And I didn't even hear the song yet. This animation style looks crazy. Why does Knuckle Duster just look like? I swear there's like a version of Batman that looks like that, or like Daredevil. Like what he has like the whole mask thing and his eyes over, right? I wonder what his quirk is too. I gotta know because like if it's just big hand, I don't know.
That's funny.
That'd be kind of crazy. Cause like yeah, if you look at this guy, trench coat, mask, vigilante on a budget basically. I'm like, it looks cool. He looks hilarious. He's like a more gruff version on how he approaches like All Might being the hero. It looks cool.
Oh, okay.
Cause like I just saw his intro a little bit when he was helping the other two characters. But I'm gonna take some time to read it before I watch it.
I feel that.
Like reading it through and then watching it. Because let's see what else is happening. Because as far as like anime, I guess they're making it a movie or something. I don't know. Dan season 2, The Evil Eye. Apparently, it's gonna be in theaters or something. Hopefully that post is real. I guess like somewhere in theaters, maybe in Japan. I don't know how they're gonna do it out here. I don't think they're gonna do it out here. But I'm just gonna wait until it's on Netflix and I'll just watch it from there.
I feel that.
Then JoJo's Part.
Ooh, yeah, that's new.
Steel Ball Run. That's what it's called.
Damn, where's Phil? He would have been psyched for this.
Yeah, I was about to say because what the last thing that happened was Stolen Ocean, and that was Part 6. I want to say Part 6. Yeah. They got announced for it. They just showed like a visual or whatever, right? So look forward to that if you're into JoJo's. But as far as like I think that's all I got as far as like anime.
You know what? Ibrahim brings. Oh yeah, One Piece. Yeah, One Piece has returned back.
Yeah, so that's gonna be good to see. That ending was crazy, but yeah.
Ibrahim was mentioning we did this yesterday, but Crunchyroll actually has the Anime Awards like opened up right now. They're gonna be closing in a few days, but could be a nice opportunity just to revisit some of the anime that I've like showcased like over this past like year or so. And honestly, there's like 3 big ones I noticed a lot. It's Dandadan, it's Frieren, and it's also Delicious in Dungeon. Those 3 constantly show up for nominees, rightfully so. But like,
yeah, honestly, I haven't seen the other 2, and I've been seeing them I can't go a day without seeing it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, bro, these series, they gotta be good. Well, they better be good because it kind of feels like the same thing that happened with like Vinland Saga. I have nothing, like I've heard nothing but good things about it. So I don't know if I have any doubt when I start watching it. I just haven't watched it yet. So,
gotcha.
And then also I would assume because based off of like certain panels I've seen, I don't think the anime will probably do like the amount of artistic justice you usually see from that. Because I think that artist is like great, man. That art, it's kind of crazy. But it's just like, man, I don't know. The last anime I probably watched was Dandadan. I think so. Yeah. It's been a minute. So yeah, I'll look into that. I think a good benefit to award shows because usually I don't necessarily watch them. Like the only reason I stick with like the Game Awards because I get to see trailers, and I only care when my thing wins. But like outside of that, the biggest thing with like the biggest benefit to the awards is like whoever wins or who's ever nominated, they get a chance to like catch somebody's like catch their eye, hop on the radar, something like that, so people can engage with it. Because like if it's the winner, then it's got to have something good about it,
or nominated too.
Yeah. But yeah, outside of that, manga, bro. Okay, because I know I'm like reading more and all this other stuff. I'm just gonna throw. This is dropped today, bro. It's ridiculous because of what's going on right now. I just read the first page and I was like, I gotta read this later. It's think about Sakamoto Days, right? The assassin, legendary assassin. he fell in love with a girl and then they ended up getting married. Now he's like trying to live like a normal kind of more peaceful life, right? This is a new series called, I guess like is GGG. I would say Triple G. I don't know what's easier to say. It's a mouthful. I mean, it's extra, but like same premise, right? Legendary hitman.
Okay.
But like, but now the dude, now he's in a retirement home. So like,
okay.
I didn't read the rest after. And I just looked at like the color spread. It's a bunch of old people in a home, and I'm just like, bro, what am I? I don't know what I'm about to read right now, but I can't wait to read it. I just imagine it. Like I don't know what they're gonna do as far as like a bit for one of the people, but like you gotta check this out.
Oh, yeah.
It's like this dude just like in a chair. I was just imagining like the funniest part about it is just like just rolls in the seat. Assassin in a wheelchair. Bro, I don't know what's going on. I can't wait to read it. Because it's just like, what kind of nonsense? If it does any like outlandish things like Sakamoto Days, that would be such a funny thing to do. But I haven't even seen it. I don't think even Sakamoto Days did anything with like an assassin in a wheelchair. So I don't know. But anyway, I just think it's funny. Because I immediately think of Sakamoto Days. But instead of like him having like a regular family, he's just already past that. He's in a retirement home now. So I don't know. I can't wait to read it.
Huh.
It looks good. Man, what's another thing, bro? There's a couple of new series that came out. I gotta read them. I don't know. Wait, I wonder if I brought this up the last time. There's a series. It's a series where like this the main character, she's like a crap. She works at like a mortuary. Like she's a mortuary. Like she's a is it mortician? Mortician? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
What's the word for like someone who works at a mortuary? I think it's that.
I just know the game, so that's my only.
Yeah. So there's that, right? She works in that regard, but she also does like crazy experiments. Comes up with like all these like concoctions and stuff, right?
Okay.
So, all right. The premise is she comes up with a concoction that like she doesn't know what it does yet, but like one of the things she's dealing with is like romance, right? She wants to
okay.
Get a boyfriend.
I see. I see.
She's supposed to be. She's like 20 something, right?
I get you.
So the thing is, she's dealing with all that stuff. There's a point where, because she works with like law enforcement, I guess, or just like in places where they deal with like bodies after. Because like there's people who are online for like execution, so she deals with the bodies after.
Oh
Kinda
boy,
crazy, right? Somebody's got to do it. One of the people who comes into, they're on death row. The guy, straight menace, straight villain. He's an assassin who got caught, and in the midst of like trying to break out, he's just like beating up. I think he bit somebody's ear off. He Mike Tyson somebody. I was gonna say, and then, in the midst of it, and she's seeing all this go down. It does not care because he's hot.
Oh my god!
and I'm like, she's crazy. And I'm just thinking like, crazy. After all that went down, right? They got him. I forgot what. I think they hit him with a tranquilizer or something, and they executed him.
Okay. He's dead. He's dead. Dead as hell.
She's getting ready to do her job, position the body, whatever the heck, right? But like her thing she was making with before, whatever concoction it was, some potion, embalms him so well, it brings him back to life.
Okay. Uh-oh.
This is a crazy story. This is a crazy story. Because she takes that fool home.
This is some necrophilia.
She's like trying to make him report. And he's not trying to have any of that. He's trying to get out of there. And he can't. Because apparently she's like a puppet master. Because like she sewed him together. Right? Brought him back to like, I don't know, science, alchemy, whatever crap. And then now he's kind of just like pigeonholed at her house.
Oh no.
So this is a whole wild story of this girl like trying to make a husband out of this dude who died. It's like chapter 8 right now. So I'm like, bro, these are some crazy stories. But manga.
Oh, you know what?
I got right now.
I have something to bring up as far as like anime stuff. One that I've seen a lot on Shonen Jump has this animation finally going. It's called The Witch Watch. I see it a lot in passing, but I never checked it out. And
it looks funny, but I was probably gonna watch it because what's her face? Lily Pichu's doing the dub.
Oh, is she really? Huh. Okay.
Yeah, for like the main character. So I was like, oh snap. It looks funny. It looks funny.
I think it has like quite a bit of charm to it. I didn't know what the premise was, but it definitely is shaping up to be like pretty promising. Definitely check out. I guess it's the opening or the ending, whichever. I think it's the opening that they showcase.
It was the opening. I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's solid. I don't know who did the work on that one, but give them flowers, all of them, every single one of them.
I think I want to throw this out here because I think it's the same person who did One Piece. Like, was it One Piece opening, or just like had a hand in like some really high end animation for One Piece recently? I think, is it Ishitani? I might be wrong. I might be wrong. I want to make sure if I'm wrong or not. But either way, that animator is, bro. It's a girl, because the other person who's been blown up is Vincent, and he's all over the place. And I'm like, the more work these two get, I'm just like, you got me, brother. You got me. But like, bro, is it Ishitani? I might be wrong because I've been seeing a lot of other. Oh, it is. It's Megumi Ishitani. Yes. Oh, brother. Let me make sure if it's her that directed that animation for Witch Watch. Because, bro, like, how we go? Like, bro, it's so good. Like, this type of animation is crazy. It is, bro. She's like killing it. Like, bro, Megumi is everywhere. Like, hold on. Also, I think is she involved with this other what's it called? Windbreaker?
Windbreaker, really?
Let me see. I might be wrong. It just showed her on like this article with it. So I was just like, is it her? Is she also, bro? Is she getting paid? Because like,
is she in the room?
Like, making things happen. Like, I swear, I'm so happy. Like, because, like, man, she's just throwing a good spin on like some of these crazy moments in animation right now. So I'm glad. I'm super glad. So I'm like, I think to a point where we're trying to like get well, at least me. I'm trying to get like a good hold on like just recognizing her style, and it's pretty distinct. But like, it's bro. Blessings, bro. Blessings. She needs to be involved with like Dan at some point if she hasn't already. So like, just throw her and Vincent. Is it Chansard? I forgot to say his last name. Throw them two in anything. Like, I'm with it, man. I'm so on it. It makes me happy. Holy, I'm good.
All right, I think that's everything. So I think with that, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap up. So yeah, guys, I think my main takeaway is that animation we're eating. Switch 2, we ain't.
Yeah, right.
Not yet. Right now, I'm just kind of like,
whatever entree they got is in like a glass case with the funniest lock on it. We don't know what we're gonna do to unlock it, so we're just gonna watch it steam up.
What's that one anime with like the giant like buff dad who's just like pretending he's like cutting through air?
That's Baki, bro. Bro, he was flipping up nothing. No. How do you get an imaginary oven, bro? And like the stove, and he was with the pot making stew, bro. That is the craziest bit ever. Oh man, we stuck out here. Just waiting, man.
All right, we'll go ahead and call it here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for this episode of DangIT Prodcast. It's been episode, what episode was it? It is 540. My name is Justin.
I'm Aniyah.
And thanks for watching, everybody. #bye, everybody.